Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. We got a quick video here. I didn't want to be a day later than my only official cohort in this madness. If you've already seen it today on Steve Donahue's channel, you know it's coming, but here it is anyway. Doing a read-along of one of the books from The Lord of the Rings. Now you might think, hey, here's the start of a read-along. You gotta start with the Fellowship of the Ring, right? And you'd be wrong. We're not starting with the Fellowship of the Ring. No. We're skipping that first book. And it's nothing against that book. There's plenty of good stuff in Fellowship of the Ring. However, the action really starts to ramp up, starting with the Two Towers. And so that's where we're going to begin. We are going to read The Two Towers in February, and then Return of the King feasibly in March. And we've got it broken down. There's a bit of a schedule that you can follow or freely ignore. So it runs through each Monday. Will be kind of the cutoff point for each of these things. So this coming Monday, we'll have read chapters 1 through 5 from The Two Towers. Then the following Monday, we'll have read chapters 6 through 11. So that those 2 weeks consist of what is considered book 3 in there, which will primarily follow the actions and events of Merry, Pippin, Gandalf, Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli. The part of the Fellowship that is separated from Frodo and Sam. And so the second half of February, we will see us joining Frodo, Sam, and Gollum in book 4 within the Two Towers. Chapters 1 through 5, the third week of February, and then chapters 6 through 10 in the last week of February. And that slices up really nicely. We end, I think, on the 27th of February, so with a day to spare. It averages out to, I think, about 70 to 80 pages per week, which isn't too bad, you know, out of this volume. And this volume's kind of heavy. I'm going to set it down because while it's beautiful and I love this volume, it's just holding it up like this gets a bit exhausting. So I hope you can join us. I know Steve is planning on making a video each week to kind of recount what we've been reading. I'm probably going to do something similar. Again, I would hate to have a co-host one-up me on something like that. But I want to open things up to any and all of you. If you have any interest at all in joining along, whether it's just to read it, if you'd like to just chat about it in an email or in a Voxer group, perhaps, or make videos of your own, you are more than welcome to join us. The more the merrier, because let's face it, the Fellowship wouldn't have gotten very far had it been just 2 of them setting out from Rivendell. They wouldn't even have made it to the point where we are catching up with them in the Two Towers. And it's just going to be an absolute joy. I hear that the Lord of the Rings movies have returned to Netflix, so if it's been a while since you've watched the films. They're the theatrical versions, not the extended, but, you know, that's still... Theatrical Lord of the Rings is still better than no Lord of the Rings. You know, you can celebrate the momentous occasion by not only reading with us, but also watching one or both or all 3 of the movies this month, you know. Or you could save Return of the King for March and open up March with the Return of the Kings. So there you have it. There's the announcement. It is Two Towers for February. Probably Return of the King for March. And at some point in time, probably in summer, or possibly early fall, we might just do Silmarillion. Because it was so much fun 2 years ago to do the Silmarillion with Steve Donahue and Scott Danielson that I would not object in the least to doing it again. Because he's hitting me right in my weak spot by suggesting these things, because Lord of the Rings and Silmarillion are 2 of my absolute favorite books of all time. And having any excuse to read them and talk about them with all of you is well worth it. So feel free, reach out to me, email, send me a Voxer, hit me up on a Discord if you happen to be in a Discord with me. However you want to reach out, leave comments down below. I don't care how you do it. Just reach out, let me know if you're going to join us, and let's get some conversation going, because these are just absolute blast. If you've never read them and you're worried about skipping the Fellowship of the Ring, you probably already know the bulk of the events from the movie, at the very least, and you could watch the movie ahead of time. You're, on one hand, you're not missing much, but on the other hand, you're missing a lot. A lot of development of the characters and the setting and the starting of the quest. But the Two Towers, fully where it's going to pick up and carry you away. You don't need to necessarily spend 100 pages with Frodo and the other hobbits in the Shire to come along and join us. But, if you've never read Fellowship of the Ring, I certainly would recommend either now or circling back to it later. Because then you could get the Barrow Downs and Tom Bombadil, and just those two parts of it, which aren't in any of the movie release, are absolutely worth your while. But yeah, I hope you'll join us, and I think this should be a lot of good fun. So thank you, BookTube, and I'll catch you later.